Hey guys, Nathan Campbell here with Farm Fresh Marketers, and today is Whiteboard Wednesday. So our lesson of the week is value ladders. This is a concept that I first learned about with the book .com Secrets by Russell Brunson, and it's an amazing book. He's spent basically his whole life learning and understanding and loving marketing, and wrote this book, started a company called ClickFunnels, and has now 2 other books in this series. But in this, one of the first concepts he talks about is a value ladder. So after we've gone through the process of defining who our dream customer is, who do we want to serve, and understanding more and more about them, the next thing we want to do is look at how do we want to serve them? What value do we want to provide to our dream customer? So what I see with a lot of farms, and what we did when we first started, was just kind of modeled other folks. So other folks, a lot of times, if you're selling at a farmer's market, you've kind of mimicked what you see at a grocery store, where your prices are kind of based on a per pound, by cut. I'm talking specifically about meat. Or by product, just list it out. So if you just want ground beef, it's $5 a pound, and you would actually weigh it out, and that's like your thing. After I understood this, I realized the importance of bundling things together, and that was something we really struggled with. Was we had a giant freezer of 400 to 2,000 pounds of meat, depending on how many cows we had taken to the butcher. And I'm digging through it to find one flank steak for a customer that, there's only a couple per cow. So it's like, you spend so much time going through inventory and all that, and it made it a logistical issue, big time, to have it set up that way and structured that way. So what a value ladder does is it takes your dream customer on a journey with you. And that journey is going to provide them more and more value, and at a higher and higher price. Within this structure, we have 4 different levels. So first we have a beat, then we have a front end, then we have middle, and then we have back end. And I leave 2 spaces there for the back end intentionally. Also down here, we have a continuity. And that's going to be your cash flow for your business. Every business needs a continuity program. That is the lifeblood of it. And it's a little bit difficult to define. We do see it a lot with CSAs. I think that's a great model. But with the, when we were doing grass-fed beef, we didn't see a lot of folks doing it and doing it successfully, other than, like, say, butcher box on a very large scale. So what we're looking at here is we have the different levels. So bait, front end, middle, back end. And all of these, have different dollar values associated with them. So and they ascend up. So what our goal is with this is to create a structure, and this can be flexible. You don't have to, if you're just starting out and going through this process, and you've done our lessons on mindset, you've done our lessons on dream customer, and now you're doing this lesson on the value ladder. Don't feel like right now you have to go through and detail out every single one of these and have 50 different things here and 50 different things here, and so on. This is just the core structure, the framework, if you will, of how the journey you're going to take your customer on. And what it will do for you is it will let you answer the question. They say that the fastest way, or the best way to answer difficult questions is to have strong beliefs and structure in what you're doing. So with this, if you know based on your value ladder that you're not going to start offering, the $2,000 products today, then you don't start offering the $2,000 products. It's something that you have, and it's something that you'll be ready for down the road after you have the infrastructure and things in place to be able to do that. Or if right now I need to get a lot of new customers, so I need to be down in here. I need to understand how is it that I can get more people, because I'm starting at zero. Or if you already have a list and have a decent sized customer base, you're going to be right here in the middle. And in the middle, that is the lifeblood of your business. The middle, as well as the continuity, are the two things that will cash flow you kind of going forward. So real quick, I'm going to talk about something that we've talked about in Farm Fresh Marketers, which is a ground beef, basically selling ground beef direct to customers. And what we looked at was having a 40-pound box of ground beef priced at the same as kind of your average of your local natural foods grocery stores, so like the Whole Foods in them. So you're gonna look at just basically what I did is just call them up, and the prices that we got were anywhere from $7 to $12 per pound. And so you're gonna price it either at the top of that or somewhere in the middle, depending on kind of what who your dream customer is really. Yeah, are they budget conscious, or are they just want the best premium product? So and that's one thing here is the market that almost all of us are in is the health market. I think that's important to know when you are defining your value ladder, is your who and then the where. So the who is our dream customer. And then the where is in the health field. And so it's definitely going to be niched down, several levels to find that ideal dream customer. So when we're looking at this, let's say we do use that 40-pound ground beef as our middle tier of our value ladder. It depends, like I was saying earlier, depends on the stage or cycle of your business as to whether or not you need to be just offering only that right now, or if you need to be offering only these things now. More than likely, right now, you're not going to be offering the top-end things here, which is what we see a lot of times with farm, like especially beef, is that folks are selling quarter, half, and wholes for anywhere from, I'll say, $400 to $2,000. And that's a lot of money, for anybody to shell out on food in one shot. So the difficulty, I feel like, and one of the reasons why so many farmers price things so low, is that you haven't created any value yet for your customer. They don't really know you well enough to spend $400 to $2,000 with you tomorrow, and you haven't built that solid foundation or that relationship with them. Another thing that you'll see is folks don't know that that's something that you offer. Let's say you are selling in farmers markets and selling things at price per pound. They may not know at that time that they could buy half or quarter beef from you and spend thousands of dollars. So it's important to define all the different levels here so that you have that framework, but also you can tell your customers, hey, I keep seeing you every week. We also have this continuity plan, or we also have this high-end offer available. So with this, the pricing of all of these kind of varies, and it depends on what market you're in. What you can kind of look at here is, I'm just going to write in a few things on prices. So our bait, and that's just to get folks to join our list. So what are we offering? What's the bait that we're offering to get folks to join our list and raise their hand and say, yes, I'm interested in your product, and then you can start adding value and creating a relationship with them, or take them through your front end sales funnel. Front end, so that's going to be anywhere from, we'll say 10 to, I'm going to say $50. Could be more, could be less. Usually this front end is going to be under $100. That's actually better. We'll go with that, since I'm talking about beef specifically. 10 to 100. And then our middle, so now we've got a range here. We'll go, middle is 100 to 400, and our 40-pound box of ground beef will fit within that. Obviously you can tweak this for whatever you believe that your core product is, what makes the most sense for your business. What I talked about before was getting cull cattle that are either completely depreciated assets for your farm, or you've had it on your farm for 10 years, or buying it from anywhere from $600 to $1,000 from local farms, and taking that directly to the butcher and getting 400 to 500 pounds of ground beef, and then taking that ground beef and bringing it to your dream customers. So that is a general overview of the value ladder. Our next Wednesday on our Whiteboard Wednesdays, I'm going to go into defining each one of these rungs in our value ladder and getting much more detailed on what it is that each of those could be, or how to go and kind of decide what things I want to include in this. You'll notice that I left this blank and didn't fill anything in there. So if we're looking at just ground beef, real quickly, this will be a nutritional guide. This would be small sample. This would be 40-pound, our core offer. This would be a quarter to whole. This could be core every 2 months, or half of the core, or let's say a front end monthly. So whatever it is there, to have them, continuity is that they're going to be buying it every month or every 2 months, like a CSA. And so now I haven't defined that. This is something, the top end offer is something, obviously you're not going to have this as some folks will, but this would more than likely wouldn't be the very first thing that someone would purchase from you. They would ascend up this from a nutritional guide to a sampler to the core offer, 40-pound ground beef, to whole or continuity, and this would be something that this is the top end thing that I can offer. With that, it could be, let's say it's 2,000 to 25,000. Things there could be, a wedding that you've catered, having a local chef come and cook for them every week. Like, there's so many different things that you could do to, think outside of the box and serve your dream customers way more value than they ever would have expected. So that's kind of the overview of it, guys. I really hope that helps you kind of get an understanding of what it value ladder is, what it looks like, and how to start thinking about it for your farm or ranch. Don't feel like this is something that you have to tackle before you start selling any products or creating any offers or building a sales funnel. But do think about it as, where is it? What's the journey that I want to take my dream customer? First, you need to define who they are and where they are, and then it's what package of products is it that I want to bring to them, and how do I get them on the journey, as well as where am I on this journey? Am I right here where I don't have any leads, or am I right here where I have some customers already, and I'm looking to basically just kind of continue the growth? So yeah, I really hope that helps, guys. If you haven't already, I'd love to have you as a part of our Farm Fresh Marketers members group. In there every week, I'm going to be sharing as much value as I can on the different weekly lessons, as well as doing a weekly Zoom to talk about exactly in detail, what is it, these kinds of things, like what is it, how, let's get a better understanding, better feel for what a value ladder is, for how to find your dream customer, for all the different things, email and all the things marketing. How are we going to understand those things and work together to build those within your farm or ranch as you start to grow? And in there, do live Q&A and just give you as much value as I can. And guys, I'm also sharing where I learned these things, like complete open book, the different tools that I've used to help me on this process that have taken me, countless, books that just aren't good, got cycled through all those, and YouTube videos and podcasts and different things that I've learned from, and I'm filtering out anything that's, hasn't been helpful or useful, and I'm giving you guys all of the content that I have found and sharing it with you for free in this group, as a part of your membership. So yeah, I again look forward to more of these Whiteboard Wednesdays. I hope that you got value from it, and feel free to comment below or reach out to me with a message if you have any questions or ideas, things, comments. But yeah, I hope that helps, guys. Thanks.